What's up everyone, welcome to Kaiser channel. After waiting for a long time, it's finally here. The Gundam Exia Repair IV, aka Graham Gundam. So just a little background for those of you who does not know, the Repair IV actually appears in a live drama performance which the story takes place after the movie version Awakening of the Trailblazer. Without spoiling too much of the story, Graham Aker was appointed to pilot the Exia and has nicknamed it the Graham Gundam after himself. If you remember in Season 1, Graham himself actually mentioned that he and the Exia was basically tied by a red string, which symbolizes in Japanese they were destined for each other. And guess what? Here they are. And you can actually see on the details on the box that the pilot is Graham Aker. Also, there's further background information on the Repair IV at the back of the box, right here, just like I'm showing you, which is actually the exact same information that you'll find on their official website, which I'll include the links in the description below. So if you are interested in it, feel free to take a look at it. It's pretty interesting. Alright, without wasting more time, let's get right into it. So coming right out of the box is this first mini layer. Now this first mini layer is just basically the weapons for the Exia Repair IV, which you can see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is basically the code name for Exia. So as for the second layer, you have the base of the stand, which you can see right there. And also you have on the side, it's the display pole, as well as the different hands that you can change into. At the top right corner, you have is the back of the waist guard. And then the bottom, I believe this is the cover for the GN drive, which we will check it out later what it is. And that's it for the accessory. Very simple, there's only the swords and then you have the display. There's pretty much nothing else to it that I can see, and there's actually nothing with the main body box. There's nothing in there. The main body box only contains the main body, which we will check it out right after this. Alright? So here is the main body of the Repair IV. Now the overall, it's actually the same as the Repair III, no matter in the coloring or on the looks. And that's because it is. The story has it that the Repair IV is actually an upgraded version from the Repair III, so there's actually no doubt about it that they resemble so much as the Repair III. Now with the exception of the left arm and the back of the waist armor, the side of the GN shield, as well as the GN drive, basically that's all from Repair III. Now the GN shield that's mounted on the side, from the look of it right now, it's exactly the same as the Double Quantum, only that instead of mounted on the left, it's now mounted on the right. And the arms you see right there, with the exception of the hands, basically the entire thing, it's metal. And it's the same metal that you see in the Gundam structure. Now at the back, instead of the cone-shaped GN drive that we are so often see for the Exia, it's now this flat unit right here, which is not a GN condenser, but it's the fake GN drive, which is the pseudo-solar reactor. This is what it's powering the Repair IV. So now for my question is, if they're using the fake GN drive, does the Exia Repair IV, does it emit green GN particles, or does it emit orange or even red GN particles? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. So as for colors, you have basically, it's the Repair III colors. You got the matte blue and white overall. And on the red and also the orange, I would think it's actually a matte red with a semi-gloss surface on it. That's the same as with the orange that you see on the antenna and the part that's near the chest section. So basically there's not much metallic colors in the entire thing. So as for the movement, it's pretty much on par with the other Gundams. You got the shoulder that's moved, you got the part that nears the elbow that you can turn into different angles for the arms. And also for the torso, you can actually tilt forward, and the thighs moves as well as the knee section. But as you can see right now, the knee section, it actually goes all the way only to a 45-degree angles, and it cannot go any further, since the part of the legs, it actually blocks out with the thighs. As for the GN shield, you can see that exactly just like the Double Quantum, it actually swings back all the way and it opens up in 3 different layers, with the cylinder inside that you can actually throw it out, and the whole entire thing swings all the way to the back near the GN drive. But there's actually nothing to connect to it, so I'm not sure if this actually serves any purpose in the story. And as for the waist section, you can see that there's a plastic arm that's not metal, and it actually swings out all the way like this. The arm actually extends and has a radius that can turn a little more than 360 degrees. But as you can see on the middle section, that part actually blocks it to go from any further so that you cannot turn continuously 360 degrees. It will stop just a little more than that. Now to be honest, I was gonna explain some of the gimmicks that there is, but obviously there's hardly any. Other than the fact that the GN shield you can open up, the waist armor that you can move around for the armors, and then you got the 2 antenna near the neck section that it always can move. But aside from that, that's basically it. I was expecting something to do with the arms, that you can actually have some hidden gimmicks that we weren't told of. But I guess we were wrong. The arms is just one solid metal that doesn't have any gimmicks to it. Now while I'm doing this, there's a couple of issues that I already noticed. One is that the torso is actually really loose on mine. It's so loose is that when I was turning the hands of the Repair 4, it actually has enough force to tilt the torso forward just by the arms alone. And second issue is that the wrist part on the hand is actually pretty wobbly. You can see that right now, if I use a little finger to touch it, it actually wobbles around. It's not as tight as what we used to on the other arms. So I'm not sure if this is just mine or it's something that it happens on everyone's. Let's move on to the weapons. So here are the weapons for the Repair 4. As you can see in front of you lined up, there's actually 7 of them, which matches the code name for the Exia 7 sword, and they most probably did it on purpose for this. And all of these swords looks very similar. You have the gray handled and also the blue handle guard, and of course the green energy blade. However, all of them actually has a different name. Starting with the left, you have is the longest sword out of them all. You have the GN Tachi. And there's only one of them. And going forward, with the remaining 6, each of them are in a set of 2s. You have the one next to it is the GN Battle Swords. And then next to that, it's a shorter version of the one just now, which is the GN Battle Blade. And last but not least are these 2 GN Bayonet, which actually reminds me a lot of the GN Sword 5 in the Double Quantum, but only a smaller version of it. And these bayonet can actually change into different modes. You have the sword mode, and also the rifle mode. That's exactly like the GN Sword 5. So most likely these 2 are designed based on that. Now if you haven't noticed already, on the energy blade, the green clear parts, you'll notice that actually all 7 of these weapons are numbered. You got the GN Tachi as 1, the bayonet as 2 and 3, battle blade as 4 and 5, and the battle sword as 6 and 7. So it's actually pretty neat on that, which they numbered it. We never actually seen this before with the previous 7 swords, but here it is, you actually do have that. Alright, enough of that, let's put it on the Repair 4 and see how it is as a complete set. So here you have it with all the 7 swords on the Repair 4. It actually looks pretty good, with the exception of the metal arm, which I definitely don't like. The GN shield right now reminds me a lot, just like it was with the Double Quantum. You got the green clear parts now sticks out just like it was with the Double Quantum, and then there's the 2 layer of weapons that you can see you can put on the sides. Now as for the back, you have the GN Tachi equipped right on the back of the GN drive. And then you have the GN Bayonet, the 2 of them, on the waist armor arm. Now the arm that's holding the GN Tachi at the back can actually tilt forward so that you can actually have the handle near the shoulder of the Repair 4, having it to grab onto it so that you can pull it out. And also on the waist armor, the arm can actually swing out just like I've told you before, so the Repair 4 can easily pull out the GN Bayonet from the back. Now as for the GN Battle Sword and the Battle Blades, unlike the Double Quantum, those are not GN Sword bits, so they don't fly out on its own. So I'm not sure how it does in the story, how the Repair 4 would pull those out, since the GN Shield can't tilt it all the way down on it. Here you have is the base of the base stand. Now the color scheme is just like the other Exia, that it's in white and then with the blue design. Now you can see here that on the left side, there's actually details of the Repair 4 with the pirate's name, Graham Acre. And then underneath it, you have, it says Metal Build Series, and then you have the model number of the Repair 4 and the name of it. Now I believe this is the first time they ever put on the base stand that says Metal Build Series on it. So I'm not sure why they did that. I actually not prefer them to have that written on there. Just like the other ones, just have it the model number and then the name, it would have been totally fine. And then on the right side, you have this, which seems to be a handwritten style of Graham Gundam. And that's it with the base stand. So in my conclusion, what do I think about this piece? This piece is actually quite disappointing in my opinion. It's because we have a overall Gundam Exias that we've seen multiple times before, now with just a metal arm, which is something new, and you have the chest piece that's also a little bit new, but aside from that, there is actually no surprising elements in this other than the swords themselves. Although they did equip with the GN shield, but that's exactly like it is with the double quantum. Other than the fact that they changed the mounting, originally it was from the left and now it's on the right. And that's about it. However, the swords that's right there are well designed and I love them a lot. So if I were gonna rate this piece, I'll rate it 6 out of 10. Originally I was planning to rate it 5 out of 10. But I have to definitely give one more points for the swords themselves. They are really great in this piece. And most likely, for at least for myself, I got this piece just for the sword itself. Definitely not for the Exia nor the metal arms. Definitely don't care about that. It's the sword itself that gives the reason for me to buy this. If only Bandai had made the GN shield that can be unmounted just like we seen in the double quantum, and then you can mount it onto the normal Exia, then it would actually raise this piece 1 or 2 points higher. Just so that we have that flexibility there. However, we don't, and that's why this piece I would consider it's pretty low, to be honest. So just before we end the video, some of you might be wondering, since this Repair 4 is almost exactly the same as the normal Exia, then is it possible to put in parts that came with the normal Exia onto the Repair 4? And the answer is, yes it can, and here it is. Now here I have basically put on some of the parts that I can exchange onto the Repair 4 with some of the parts that came with the original Exia. As you can see, I actually replaced the shoulder with the Repair 3 shoulder that's actually a slightly bigger than the Repair 4 one. But unfortunately, I cannot do the same for the other shoulder since there's this wire that's connected to the metal arm and I have no way to remove that without damaging it. So I left it there as it is. And on the arms, I have put on the GN sword Kai right there to match it with the rest of the weapons with the energy blade in green. And then on the waist, you can see that the side of the waist, I've put in the beam saber holder on the side of the waist. In the back of the waist, I have replaced it with the original Exia waist armor. So you have a total of 4 beam saber just right there. And then on the knee, I have replaced it with the original one. Now it's white instead of blue. So going around, you see at the back, it's no longer the fake GN drive. I have placed the official GN drive on it. Now there are some more parts that you can actually replace, such as the front and back armor of the leg. But I didn't do it because there's only a slight difference, so I left it there on purpose. But aside from that, now you have is the Exia Repair 4 10 sword. There's 4 on the waist, 2 there is holding, and then 4 more on the GN shield. So I hope this answered your curiosity. And that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and find it useful. So what do you guys think about this piece? Do you like it or do you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. And please support me by hitting that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.